Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my Blackforce experience. This is a story of how Black professionals are transitioning into the tech and cloud ecosystem. Tonight, we have Micheal. Micheal will be having tell us about his experience at Blackforce. So I'll just start right on. Okay. Again, Micheal, feel free to tell us about anything. I know he's on video, but then again, be very relaxed. It's not a professional interview session, so it's okay to use your colloquial language. It's okay to do anything. Just feel free and be relaxed, just as I am right now. So, Micheal, please introduce yourself. Let everyone meet you.
Well, Baba said it's okay for me to use my local language. Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Micheal Boluwaji. I'm a Blackforce alumni. I'm happy to be here to share my experience with you guys. So feel free to ask me any questions. I'm happy to help. Currently, I work as a project manager, Salesforce project manager at CloudSport. It's a US company, and I live in Canada. So I'm happy to share all that experience with you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. That's good stuff. We're gonna get into how you're able to get a job in the States while living in Canada shortly. But let's start with, what were you doing before Salesforce?
So initially I was working as a youth worker at a shelter downtown Toronto, before I venture into moving into tech or even Blackforce. A little bit about my background. I have first degree in finance, second degree in social service, and postgraduate diploma in HR. So I got a job working in social service with people with developmental disabilities, and then I started working at the shelter downtown Toronto as a youth therapy. And then I kind of just thought about it and feel like, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Even though at that time, I think I was only making like 50. They started me up with 50,000 and then it went to 60,000. So I was on a 60,000 Canadian salary, and I started doing some research. And then I found out about Blackforce through LinkedIn, actually, when somebody posted Babatokwe, and there's a section that you wanted to have for newcomers. So I kind of just click link from link to link to link. I was able to get myself in, and I listened to that section. But prior to that, I've done some trainings. I did BA training, PM training, Scrum training. I was in the middle of writing my exam. And after that section, I kind of had a bunch of people in Core 3. And Core 3 just started, so I couldn't join anymore. So I had to wait. So that's the short story.
That's good. You've gone deeper, but let me go back to your first two degrees. So you had some degrees, and you have a social care degree, then you have a diploma, and you now went into some Scrum training, PM training. What are you looking for? Let's be honest. Why do you keep doing this training? You must be having something in sight or in focus. This is my goal. This is my objective. Why are you doing this training?
So initially when I sat down, I thought about, I was working at my job for like almost 4 years, based on the income. And I wanted to expand my income. I wanted to make sure that, I'm set. I started doing some research, and I felt like the best thing for me to do is to go into tech. And I have some couple of friends that went into tech as well. So I spoke to one of my friends, and then I went on Indeed, put a resume together. I actually got my first contract as a PM, digital project manager, before even starting my training, because I thought, let me just try, right? I paid somebody to pay me on LinkedIn optimization, so I optimized my LinkedIn a little bit, and then I used the resume that I did online to apply for a contract job, and I got the job. So when I got the job, and I'm like, okay, so what do I do? So I kind of just jump and run and register for a PM training while I was on the job. But I did my 6-month contract, but they didn't extend it, which I kind of know, because again, I know that I didn't really do well on the job for them to be able to keep me. And they hire somebody else as a PM while I was still on the job. So I kind of know, but I was grateful for the experience, right? That's about it.
That's good. Knowing your capability is one thing that kind of like drives passion and drives you to your, I would say, destiny. But then again, let's look into why did you choose Salesforce? What makes you feel Salesforce was the right IT career for you?
To be honest, I think it's not just about Salesforce. It's just listening to you speak. Like when you spoke on that, when I listened to that section and I saw everything that you offer in terms of like mentorship, in terms of Salesforce, and I felt like for somebody that want to move into tech, it would be very nice for me to have hands-on training on a software that I've never done before. And then when you said Salesforce, and I stayed for the whole section, that you gave and everything. So I researched Salesforce, registered. I felt like I was even messaging you at that moment. I don't know if you're the one replying, but you just said, don't worry, just take your time, don't worry, go to Blackforce. I did all the registration way before the open day. And I read a little bit about Salesforce, and I'm like, okay, if I know how to do this, I think this will give me an edge for me to be able to transition. So that's why I chose Salesforce and Blackforce.
That's good. What would you describe your Blackforce experience as? What was the favorite part of the program?
I'll say the internship and the fact that I also have access to mentorship. But the internship is the real deal. Like after all the training and the practice and everything. It was a little bit overwhelming in the beginning. And then when I started realizing that one of the reasons why I joined Blackforce is, to be honest, is just the mentorship as well, because I paid a lot of money doing BA training, PM training, and Scrum training, but I don't have any mentorship back up. I don't have someone that can talk to me and say, for example, my big boss is probably on here, Baskenki. He was very open and he told me like a lot of truths about how to navigate, my career. So I think that was what motivated me to join Blackforce, and the mentorship is the key for me. And the internship experience too was great. I was opportunity to be a PM. I led a team of 12 people, consultant, BA, and I'm happy that I made that decision. So I have to be grateful to you, because after I filled out my form, if you don't want me to be a PM, you could have just said go and be a consultant. But you saw my background and you're able to assign me as a PM.
That's good. Well done. So going back to that program again, did you feel the program was too overwhelming for you? And what did you learn as a result of that? Yes, it's overwhelming, but what did you learn as a result of it being overwhelming for you?
I'll say the only reason why I said it's overwhelming is just because, especially for people that are just moving into tech, for somebody like me that I've already started doing like some research and stuff, but when I got exposed to Salesforce, it was just a different ball game, right? And I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So I think the only part that I said is like, you have to attend class, watch the video, practice, and then, be able, but one of the good things that I put in place is when I was going to join Blackforce, I kind of told some of my family and my friends as well. So we came together, they joined Blackforce. So I created a WhatsApp group for us to do like practice on Salesforce or whatever thing. And so sometimes we go on trailer, we do training together on Teams. So we spend at least a minimum of 3 hours every day practicing and everything. So it got to the point that we're not even getting overwhelmed anymore. So we're brainstorming together, we will reach a milestone where somebody figures something out and then we'll teach everybody. So I'll say like the first month, yes, when we're doing the admin stuff, it was a lot, but after that, everything changes.
Okay, that's good. Now you've done with the training, it's job search. Getting a job is hard, let's be honest. It's not always going to be easy, but for you, somewhat a little bit easy, because immediately after the internship, even before the internship finished, you got a job, right? How did you navigate that job search? Why do you feel confident about applying to the States instead of Canada? What were the requirements? What led to that job acceptance from a United States company?
So after the, while we're doing the internship, I started booking mentors. I always listen to some of the section. You brought a lot of people to come and share their experience. And, there's nobody that has passed through Blackforce that will not talk about mentorship, right? So I keep to that because I felt like, okay, that's probably what I need to do. So I booked a bunch of mentors. I think I kind of blow my coupon within like maybe 1 week. And I just started using my credit card to book mentorship. And I know it wasn't easy. Everybody was trying to book mentor. So I kind of just go crazy, booked mentor for till like 2 or 3 months. So I started with my resume. Because again, like I said, I already have a PM resume. So I kind of show like all my mentors, and then they kind of give me 1 or 2 advice. And based on my experience and the work that I've done when I was doing my contract, I would do my resume. And then you brought Sam B to come and do LinkedIn optimization. So that's why the fact that, okay, I've already had training on LinkedIn optimization, I attend that. And then I think a day after or 2, you brought Baskenki to come and do like HR section and interview. No, sorry, my bad. At first, there was a lady that you had that lady to come, and then we kind of had some disagreement, agreed to disagree, and then Baskenki took over. I think that was a game changer. The moment I listened to Baskenki, watched the video, booked him. I think we had a section as well, fixed my resume, optimized my LinkedIn more, changed some 1 or 2 things on my LinkedIn. It just keep coming, the job was just coming. So the recruiter reached out to me, a couple of US companies reached out to me. At first I was thinking, how would I even, I'm in Canada, I'm a Canadian, how can I work in the US? But the opportunity was there. So I have about 7 or 8 interviews set up. Some I got to the final stage, some, they told me, they hire somebody internally and stuff. But overall, to answer your question, the mentorship led me to fixing my resume, Sam B LinkedIn optimization added to what I have. I think it was the second, I fixed my LinkedIn on Sunday. That week was when even the job that I'm currently doing, the recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn, and I was able to, start the recruitment process.
That's good. Before we finish that session, I want to find out, did they ask you about certain questions, being able to work in the state, or have you previously worked in the state before?
No, I have not worked in the state before. The only question they asked me, are you a permanent resident or Canadian resident? I said, Canadian citizen. I said, I'm a Canadian citizen. And I asked them, do I require to have like a work permit? Because I have friends that they're like, no, the way we set up our company, we can hire outside of the US because we currently have people in Canada that work with us. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. Let's do it, right? And they set up the first interview. So I did my first interview, and then the rest become more stories. So
that's good. That's good. Maybe for those that are thinking about applying, you have to look at companies that are international based, not just US based. So international based are companies that have offices in Canada, US, maybe Europe and the likes. Okay, that's a tip for those looking for jobs outside of Canada. Now, going back to your investment on mentorship, obviously you were earning USD, because I remember you told me it was in USD. So now you paid about, I don't know how much you paid. You paid about 50 CAD then for 1 hour session with a mentor. Maybe you book 10 mentors, I don't know. But you spent at least 500 CAD or something like that. Yeah. Looking at the ROI for that investment in mentor, do you think it's worth it?
100%. I would say 100%. I mean, I've had the opportunity some people booked me as a mentor myself. And what I told them is, don't worry about your coupon, even when your coupon expires. Because to be honest, why I was booking mentors, I already left my job. I quit after I started Blackforce because I was doing I work downtown Toronto. I drive to downtown to Toronto. I live in Brampton. The whole edict was, I cannot just resign. And one thing I missed is I got another job with another company that wanted to pay. They were paying me like $120 an hour. But again, it was like I wasn't prepared. So, and before, it was on my LinkedIn and everything, and I noticed that, okay, if I didn't resign, this can just ruin what I'm planning to do. I didn't get greedy. I didn't think about, okay, because 120 hours, blah, blah, blah. After 3 or 4 weeks, I just resigned the job. I think I mentioned it to Baskenki then, because it's like everything I do, they question it as well, right? And, one of the honest opinion that he gave me is, you're just moving to tech. You cannot rush it. You need to be solid. You need to be ready so that way, when you get your next job, you're not going to have any problem. And plus what we have, again, like I said, all that other training that I've done, even though I even pay more for it than what Blackforce is asking me to pay, I don't have the backbone of mentorship. So the mentorship really helped me a lot to prep myself for what to come next, and it pays out.
That's good. Well done. It's very important to know one thing, that you cannot do two jobs when you're just getting into a career, like especially tech. Yes, people do two jobs, but you have to be very careful. You know your capability, your ability and stuff. And two, mentorship is very important. The reason why I'm pushing for mentorship is because Babs Kenke cannot do it alone. There is not going to be two Babs Kenke or three Babs. There's only going to be one Babs Kenke, right? And I want other people to start giving back. If we can give back, we can sustain this Blackforce thing. If you don't give back, once Babs Kenke is gone, once I'm gone, then no one is going to be helping out again. So I'm really pushing for mentorship so that you guys can understand the secrets. Success leaves cues, and if you don't follow those cues, you will miss it. Okay, now you work as a Salesforce project manager. What do you do as a Salesforce project manager? What's your day-to-day activity?
Well, at first I thought it was going to be like a lot of going to the org, doing a lot of stuff, but mostly I've led a lot of projects. Between the short period that I've started working, I've led marketing cloud, sales cloud, service cloud, government cloud, experience cloud. I'm actually in the middle of, again, implementing another sales cloud, service cloud. And because it's a consulting company, I have to do upsell as well, right? So I need to upsell, build client relationship. But you know what? It's been so great. I've had a lot of success story with my job. So basically, I have a sales engineer. So the sales engineer will be the one to meet with the client. They handle all the sales, create the SOW, which is the statement of work, and then they send it to me. So I look at the hours that were allocated. It's basically, to be honest, Baba, let me just say what you asked us to do on our internship. You told us that I'm giving you guys this project. As the PM, you need to go meet with your team, know how many hours you need to be able to finish this project within the time frame, right? And that's basically it. They give me, sometimes I have 200 hours to implement a project. I already know the resources that I have. I know what my dev is working on, if I need a solution architect on it, or if I need like consultant or BA, or add me on it. And then I have my own team. Like my team I have like access to 2 SA, about 3 BAs on my team, and I have about 4 developers that work on my team. So mostly, exactly what you asked us to do. We do our daily scrum. After the daily scrum, before then, I'll go on. So we use Jira a lot. So again, from the internship, you asked us to use Jira, and I did the scrum class with Fola Ofolu. Like, she's amazing. I think I owe her. She refreshed my knowledge on my scrum, and that was the time that I got the job. So it helped me to just rock that role. Again, just assign work, understand what my devs are doing, understand what my team is doing, client communication, understand the scope of work, being able to deliver. And also, like, I don't really do like a lot of hands-on in terms of configuration in org, but the fact that I have that experience and I'm able to even help. For example, there was one day I was in a meeting and there was a client that was about to start the project. The client was having an issue to give us admin access. And the client just emailed me while I was in front of my boss. Micheal, can you call me so that we can set this up? And my boss, like, I was sharing my screen. My boss saw that email. My boss was like, oh, I'll wait. Can you call the client and just walk the client through on how to, create a user, how to use that and stuff. If I don't know how to do that, it will be like a problem. So I had to call while my boss is on the phone, talk to the client, walk the client to, go to setup, go to this, like explain this whole process. What I'm trying to say is, forget the fact that I'm a PM, sometimes there are occasions where I have to step in and be able to go into the org to do things. And we use Salesforce too, like we use Salesforce for invoice, our project is on Salesforce, finance is on Salesforce, time of request, everything is Salesforce. So even opportunity, so I create opportunity for myself. So I had to, which is part of sales, right? So I have to create opportunity for myself for my project.